because every 4 you watch per month, I'm watching at least 16 different animes.
You're a fucking sadistic
Okay, this is
lunatic.
by choice. Okay, Jordy is forced.
It's forced.
Mikey chooses this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Life.
no, it's not that many. Not 16. 16. So it's at least 8. Anywhere
We
between
share a
8 and
Crunchyroll
10.
account. I see what you watch, dude.
Yeah.
Just
Just so you know.
Yeah.
That's almost like having someone's like Pornhub searches that I know what you watch, dude.
Alrighty, we're recording, so you want to do the clappy clap? The fuck, man? This is radio silence at this point.
Snap.
Snap. Oh, snap. We are about to do the Fate series. Actually, no, we're not. We're just doing Fate Zero. But...
Wow. That's very telling of what we're about to get into based on just the first sentence of this episode.
Welcome back to Anime Shmanime, where we try to convince Jordy here to
What's
love
up?
anime just as much as Jay and I. And we're getting there. Like, what, this is probably episode 30-something.
The bar you just set
Yeah.
was to love anime as much as you and Jay, and then your next sentence was we're getting there. Do you think that's true?
Me?
Mikey, I'm asking. He said it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what? It's like at some point we're gonna get to a point where you're not gonna be an anime noob anymore, right?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have a lot of shows under the belt. But
We talked about this before, and Jay said, like, even when I'm 30 years into, like, not being a noob anymore,
Yeah.
you guys are then, like, 60 years into it.
Yes.
So I'm always a noob to you, as Jay put it.
Yeah.
that's true. For
I like
every 4, because we do what, 4 once a week. That's 4 animes we make you
Are you
watch.
trying to do the math on 30 years of anime right now?
Yeah, well, like,
Not counting
but
movies,
it's like-
episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it gets crazy, dude.
yeah, not to mention like, because every 4 you watch per month, I'm watching at least 16 different animes.
You're a fucking sadistic
Okay, this is
lunatic.
by choice. Okay,
Yeah.
Jordy is forced.
It's forced.
Mikey chooses this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Life.
no, it's not that many. Not 16. 16. So it's at least 8. Anywhere
We
between
share a
8 and
Crunchyroll
10.
account. I see what you watch, dude.
Yeah.
Just
Just so
Sadist.
you know.
Yeah.
That's almost like having someone's like Pornhub searches that I know what you watch, dude.
Yeah, I gave you my Crunchyroll and my Funimation, but now Funimation has been absorbed by Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so everything's going to be on there. That's a whole different other story too in the anime community. Is like, do
Yeah.
you stream it or do you pay for it?
Yeah.
Well, you're paying
Yeah.
for it when you
Good
stream
questions.
it, technically, just not enough.
Yeah. Right.
Music's
You know
not
what?
that too.
You know what? We can definitely get into this on an episode that isn't going to require all of our time.
Okay.
I don't want to show my hand as to how I feel about this show.
You
But,
have
like-
done so already.
But like,
Yeah.
let's get going on this
Okay.
because we're gonna need to.
Fate
Okay.
Zero
Fate Zero
is a very strange intersection of magic and Christianity and Clone High.
I love the Clone High
yeah, the
reference,
Clone
dude.
High was a good one. The Clone High got me.
All right. It's what it is, right?
Watch out for that water tower.
It's pretty much on point.
Because Gilgamesh
What
is on
that
it.
you say?
Because they're all historical figures brought back to the present.
Yeah. It's okay. So for all of you viewers and listeners, the reason why we're doing Fate Zero, in my opinion,
Explain yourself, Mikey.
Okay, because
This
I
is
suggested-
controversial.
This is controversial. So I suggested that we should watch Fate Zero first because it starts chronologically, and also as far as the animation goes, it definitely has the best thematic animation. It doesn't have the best animation style because later on the budgets get bigger and the action gets crazier. But as far as like feel, as far as themes and how dark and like just epic some of those scenes can be, like Fate Zero really delivers on that. So I figured this one out of all of them would probably be the most enjoyable watch for you. Okay.
Interesting thought.
The only thing, though, is which we're going to get into plot later for this, is that you do miss out on some of the like reveals and details that you might not get and might be confusing if you haven't watched the original Fate Stay Night.
Confusing is a very good word you just threw into that sentence.
Yeah.
It's a really good word for this.
The way that I kind of like to look at it, and I was, after watching both, I don't actually really know where I stand. I almost want to say it doesn't fucking matter which one you watch first.
Yeah.
That's like my personal feelings, but the creator has said on a few occasions, generally, he'd like people to start with Fate Stay Night because that was the original. That's kind of where it really started. And then Fate Zero is a prequel to that, but it in the same way like Star Wars is, right? It's a prequel that comes after the fact, right? But and just like Star Wars, if you were to start, if you had never seen Star Wars and you start with
the prequel, episode 1,
Phantom Menace, you know who Vader is.
It ruins all the reveals.
You know he's the Skywalker daddy.
Yeah.
So when he says, Luke,
Spoiler
I am your father.
Alert, Jay?
When he says, Luke, I
Liz.
am your father in Empire Strikes Back, you're like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know
By the
he
way,
is.
guys,
Yeah.
we're going to spoil the shit out of everything because
Yeah.
I don't think we said that.
They know.
They
why
know,
not,
they
you
know at this point.
But yeah, so in that sense, for me, like when I watch the Marvel movies, the MCU movies, or when I rewatch Star Wars, as a fan who's seen it all and seen all the surprises and reveals and callbacks, I kind of like doing the chronological watch and watch the story from the
Not
beginning
the machete
all the way
order?
through.
Machete order is good.
Yeah.
But like, I also understand, like, as a first-time watcher, you want the impact of some of those oh shit moments.
For sure.
There are several in this show that I'm sure, Jordy, you were just like, okay.
I'm gonna go.
And
with,
for me, I was like, oh fuck.
Oh really?
But that's because I've seen Fate Stay Night.
Okay.
And so unfortunately, like, you're gonna get robbed of a few of those things.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how insanely important they would be to you personally if they would have changed your opinion on this show at all. I honestly don't think so.
Probably
and that's
not.
why I think in the end it ultimately doesn't matter. But
You know me pretty well at this point. You could probably say that.
I'm going to mention them as they come up, at least the ones that stuck out to me where I was like, I wish fucking Jordy knew.
My reaction to
how crazy
everyone
that
will
is.
probably like this. Oh, okay, cool.
See, this is where
yeah.
you and I disagree with you because this is not like episode 1, 2, and 3. Fate Zero is not episode 1, 2, and 3. Fate Zero is episode 4. Fate Stay Night is episode 5.
So the best Star Wars.
No, okay, wait. but no, that's not what I'm trying to say. Sure, Empire is still the best one. That we've had this argument before.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that you can watch this and then watch Fate's Stay Night and get all the references that you got, that like all the cliffhangers, all the little mysteries.
The thing is that episode 4 was written and created before episode 5. Fate Stay Night was written before Fate Zero.
Yes, but I'm just saying you could still watch Zero and then watch
I think you
Stay
could.
Night. Yeah.
It's like I said, I ultimately don't think it matters.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, at the end of the day, watch whichever one you want. It's not going to really change that much for you. But there's no denying that there are reveals that Jordy did not fucking understand at all.
Yes.
That I thought were sick, that he would have understood if he started with Fate Stay Night.
Well, let me tell you
Again,
this.
it doesn't matter, but it's the truth, guys. If you want the reveals the way that the creators wanted the reveals to hit you, you have to start with Fate Stay Night and then watch Fate Zero.
Well, let me tell you this. My criticisms, none of them involved a lack of hard-hitting moments. My criticisms were just about the show, I think, itself that apply without knowing that there is even another series.
Sure.
For example, things like there's just a fucking lot going on.
Yeah.
Too many characters.
Yeah.
Too many plot points, too many families, factions, whatever.
Yeah.
So many forgettable people. So many people that like looked the same and acted
my
the same and
God,
sounded
dude.
the same.
All three male protagonists
I could not tell the difference half the time, dude.
were identical.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
I legit.
I don't agree.
We can do a side-by-side blind comparison. I will cut them off at the neck, and you won't be able to tell me who's who.
Dude, I legit.
Of course I'm not going to be able to tell who's who. That's fucking anime, man. It's just an outfit at that point. Sure, you can put a fucking...
I can tell Goku and Vegeta apart. way better than I can tell Kirei and Kiritsugi apart.
Yeah, okay.
I legit just gave up on
fans,
keeping track.
Fate fans, I need you to back me up. Yeah, this is
Because he can't
get
do
dirty.
it on his
This is
own
gonna
here.
get dirty.
Yeah.
But okay, before we even get into the fucking series of Zero, we definitely should know the timeline a little bit. But I think we should talk about the timeline maybe after you've done your Senpai's Corner.
Okay.
Because I think it's still a really big point that Jordy needs to know about the franchise.
All right, let's jump right in.
So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, this is going to be a little bit of a crazy one, guys. There's a lot to this, but basically,
Let me sit back for a minute.
This whole the whole Fate series was basically born out of a company called Type Moon, and they were a Japanese game company that were actually really known for like their visual novels. And Jordy, if you don't know, like when we say visual novel, we don't mean like a graphic novel or like a comic book.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Or
by
a
that?
We
manga.
mean like in Japan, there's a very popular thing where people will play through basically click along stories on their computer that they play out like a novel, but the characters pop up on screen and they're static.
Yeah.
But then a speech bubble will come up, you know what I mean? And they'll talk to you.
But those don't also exist in hard copy, like a book you can buy?
some of them do, but like a lot of them are developed
Yeah.
digitally because
Those
it's
are
cheaper.
more like light
and
novels that-
Easier to, light novels would be the term for those, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And Fate Zero, by the way, a light novel.
Okay.
Okay. But the whole Fate series started with Fate Stay Night through Type Moon, and it was a click along visual novel.
All right.
And they make them like that because they're super cheap to distribute, and they can get a lot of viral word of mouth popularity from people just passing it around digitally instead of having to print a crap load of them, right?
Sure. Okay.
So
I'm with you.
that's kind of where this came from. That's it's a bit of a niche thing, but it is still really popular. There's a huge cult following for that type of game and that type of thing in Japan. So Type Moon was the company, and Fate Stay Night became by far their most well-known title. That was then adapted into an anime.
Okay.
Which again, if you guys really love this series, if you guys want more, and for whatever reason, maybe based on the name being Zero, you started here, then definitely check out Fate Stay Night because it's more of the same. You're probably gonna like it, But zeroing in more specifically on Fate Zero, since that's what we're here to talk about. It was a light novel written by Gen Irobuchi, illustrated by Takashi Takuchi, who is like the illustrator for the manga and the creator of the style and the look of the characters. Takuchi, I feel like really embodies like the Fate series. Like he's really behind it. It is a prequel. So they write in here, all routes to Type Moon's visual novel Fate Stay Night. Part of the appeal of the visual novels is that you'd have multiple routes that you could take based on certain choices that you
it's
made.
like choose your own adventure.
Yeah. Exactly, like an RPG,
Okay.
right? So Fate
Or
Stay...
like a You versus Wild on Netflix with Bear Grylls.
You know what, Jordy? It's exactly like that.
That's exactly, or like
It's
the
just
Black
like
Mirror
Bear
one.
Grylls.
Yeah.
I would have used the Black Mirror reference. What was that one? I can't remember. Anyway,
But yeah, so Fate Stay Night had like 4 different routes that you could take.
Okay.
They even made an OVA based off of one of them, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, for anybody who's seen that one.
and
so-
Heaven's Feel.
Yeah, there's been a few, right? And they're all based on the different routes you could take in Fate Stay Night. So Fate Zero is a prequel to all of those routes.
Okay.
So no matter where you went with Fate Stay Night, this is kind of where it all started, and they all branch off of this story. So it is set 10 years before the events of Fate Stay Night, and tells the story of the 4th Holy Grail War, a secret magical tournament held in Fuyuki City, Japan, where seven mages known as masters summon servants, reincarnations of legendary souls and heroes from all across time, where they fight in a deadly battle royale where the winner obtains the Holy Grail, a legendary magical chalice capable of granting wishes. The main protagonist, Kiritsugu Emiya, the foster father of Fate Stay Night's protagonist, Shiro Emiya, is known as a ruthless assassin who joins the tournament on behalf of his wife's family, the Ainsburns. This anime adaptation was produced by UFO Table, who we know from doing Demon Slayer.
Okay. I kept recognizing it and having
Yeah.
no idea where I knew it from.
Yes, and a lot of people are talking about them lately for the work they did on the most recent season of Demon Slayer, which Mikey and I know was some of
haven't got
the
there yet.
fucking best shit,
Yeah.
man, in a long time.
I should watch it.
It was
You should.
epic.
Yeah. So the first season aired from October 1st to December 24th, 2011, and the second season aired April 7th to June 23rd, 2012. The manga adaptation was published by Kodokawa Shoten between 2011 and 2017. So this got the manga adaptation after the
Interesting.
fact, because again, started as a light novel.
Yeah. You're going to have both, one way or the other.
Yeah. So it was praised for its animation, themes, characters, soundtrack, and story. It had a lot of commercial success, selling over 40,000 box sets and winning several awards at the New Type Anime Awards, including Title of the year that it was nominated.
Is New Type Anime Awards a reference to Gundam?
Yeah, the term New Type, yeah, that is
Hell yeah.
a Gundam reference.
Look at how smart I am about
There's-
animation.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit impressed and like
Yeah. There's also
I don't know if I should feel proud, but also uncomfortable.
a little bit of both.
Hey, honestly, I'm really happy that you feel both of those things right now
It's
for
a fear
me.
boner.
Hey. Hey.
I'm afraid of what you're becoming.
Hey.
But yeah, there's also New Type magazine is another
Yeah.
really popular anime and manga magazine in Japan.
I like it.
Yeah, so that is a little rundown on.
You killed it there, buddy. You wrapped it up so nicely.
Yeah, I tried.
You did good.
Yeah. So I mean, 25 episodes total.
Yeah.
On some platforms and in some places, you're going to see that probably condensed into one long season. But it
Yeah.
was technically 2 12-episode seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mikey, you said you wanted to talk about timeline before we move on too much. What do you got to say about that? What's
Yeah.
going on here?
So this is the thing. So for all the Fate fans out there, they already know. For the new fans or
Well, that's
people
me.
who or for
I wouldn't
people
say fan, but
like,
new to it.
or interested in.
I wouldn't say that either.
What the fuck would you say it then?
Just I watched it and it was the first time.
He's just new.
Yeah,
I
he's
just-
just new to it, or just new to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't talk about Fate without talking about how fucking convoluted this this entire franchise is.
I agree.
So the only other thing that I can really like compare it to is like, because you're a Marvel fan, is like when Spider-Man had its crazy clone saga where they just fucked up everything and made different timelines, multiverses.
Yeah.
And it just got so messy that they just like wiped everything out and then tried to bring it back.
They do that a couple times.
Yeah, they do that a couple times.
Yeah.
They do that pretty often.
Yeah.
But it's the same idea with Fate, where like Fate has so many different titles. Some of them are like Jay was saying, based off of light novels, mangas, video games,
Yeah.
and they're all canon. So they're all canon. So you have Fate Stay Night,
Yeah.
which is the original, but the prequel to that is Zero, and then Fate Stay Night actually branches off into 3 different ones, because it's like it branches off to 3 different timelines depending on the choices you make. So like Fate Stay Night, Ultimate Blade Works, Heaven's Feel, right? And
We have a multiverse situation going on?
so we
For sure you do.
Because otherwise,
do
how are
it-
they all canon?
You do and you
So
don't.
you do. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You do and you don't.
Do you have an assumed one without it being like described?
No, you know it.
It's multi,
It's-
but it's also all one.
Yes,
It's like
it's all one, but not. So think of it this way: you have your main timeline, then it branches out to 3, but then there's other connections into
all of the others.
other ones.
Okay. I'm with you. Like X-Men in Age of Apocalypse.
Sorta, yeah, sort of.
there's like you have like a sacred timeline where things kind of begin, but then after things branch off,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't branch off and then never cross again. They're like kind of constantly
like interweaving.
interweaved and reaching from one to another and pulling from others. And
Yeah.
so
Like
they're all
Loki.
accessing each other.
Kind
a lot.
of.
Yes.
But at the same time, then you have a multiverse that also then crosses over with some of those other timelines. So think of like multi-timeline, multi-multiverse crossing over.
Bro, what did you just say?
but it's all canon.
Multi-timeline, multi-multiverse canon.
It's the kind of thing like where I'm convinced that like hardcore Fate fans only consume Fate material.
Here's what I think.
Because how could you possibly consume anything else?
Yeah.
And actually say that you're really diving into this.
I think
it would take up all time.
Hardcore Fate fans who like say they really, really get it and love it are fucking liars. That's what I think. Because there's no way what Mikey just said is comprehensible to a human being. There's no way.
No. You can still enjoy them individually. That's the nice thing about them.
Okay.
You can still enjoy them individually.
That I get, because I love a lot of shit. Like, it's well established that I love Star Wars, and there's a lot of non-canon Star Wars shit out there.
Yeah.
It's highly enjoyable.
Yes.
But don't tell me it's all canon.
But that's the difference. This is all canon. So there's
liars. That's what I'm dying on that hill.
It's all canon. So like, Fate Grand Order, which is based off of a video game, right? It has completely different characters.
Okay.
Right? Canon. There's also a series that branches off of Stay Night called what is it? Kaylee Linear Prisma.
None of that was words.
Kaylee Liner Prisma. Yeah, fuck. I can't speak right now. But anyway, that's the one where like all the girls are like magical girls, and instead of having like servants, they just like embody the servant's power, so they transform into.
Okay.
like Sabre's power.
Great.
So there's just a whole like this franchise is A, huge, B, super convoluted, C, individually all wicked. If you stay to the main timeline, it's probably the most easy to understand.
Someone's making a shit ton of money off this series.
Oh, bro, yeah.
That's what I think is happening.
Yeah,
And it's you know it's one of those ones. It's like it's made kind of for the fans, probably by fans to a degree. It's like it's this like and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's like this very like self-serving series.
Okay.
Where everything that they're doing is just feeding into its own lore.
Yeah.
And building in on its own lore, and it's just building and building and building. And if you're in, there is so much here for you. Like it's incredibly dense. It's one of, like I said, it's one of I think the most dense, but albeit complicated series that exists out there. The amount of work and time and money and effort that's been put into building out. God, I mean, how many anime series here am I reading? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 10 different animes, 4 anime films. Like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a fucking juggernaut.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
All canon.
Whatever you say,
all
Mike.
canon.
Whatever you say, Mike.
Today's menu for the Amiya family. That's the one I think we were talking about off.
Oh yeah, the cooking show.
The cooking one, yeah.
Why?
But again, this is
Like,
what
just-
I mean. Like it's for the fans, right? And and the last thing that you want is for a big part of your fan base to decide that this thing is their favorite.
Yeah.
And it's not validated by the rest of your content.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't want to alienate a massive part of your fan base by saying that thing that you guys have attached to, that's your favorite part. That's actually the one thing that's not canon. It's not part of our bigger story over here. So you guys go play over there. You don't want to do that. You want to unify your fan base as best as you can. And calling everything canon means that everybody's favorite thing is valid in the conversation now. And everybody gets to come out and play and enjoy this. So it's like a...
All right.
it's
Or
like- it's like
debate
a-
it.
Yeah. But it's like it's like this like communist anime.
Yeah.
Basically.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good
All right,
man.
man.
Looking at it.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like that,
Yeah.
but I think that that's kind of maybe their angle or their reasoning for
Yeah.
validating everything they've put out and canonizing everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad that some people like it.
Me too.
Cool.
Good for them.
Should we move on? Or do
Yes.
you have more timeline? I mean, I'm sure it's endless.
I just wanted to make mention of it because it
Yeah.
is important to understand for especially those who are, only like there's tons of stuff about Fate in the ether of YouTube and
Yeah, do
and
your fucking
whatnot.
research, folks.
That's your job, senpai.
Yeah,
I'm not
That's
going
your
to tell
type-
you.
yeah.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I told both of you how we should watch this, and you guys decided not to listen to Senpai.
I don't get a say.
So
I just prefer Fate Zero more.
I'm just saying, guys.
Yeah.
There's lots of resources out there to figure out how you want to approach this or how you want to enter.
Basically, when it comes to Fate series or whatever the fuck it's called, you do you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just wanted to let people aware who are only getting into Fate through us.
Okay,
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a fine way to do it, guys. Is Fate Zero. It is a good starter. But
Yeah.
there's other ways to start if you want. If you don't want to do this one.
Okay.
You know?
I'm gonna skip over talking about the world because you just talked about it. Like in this show specifically, I didn't know what to say about it. Like it's kind of was standard. It's like present time, but there's magic
it's
and
Japan.
Christianity and historical figures from the past.
There's
and
some
that's it.
European settings as well. Like, yeah.
But whatever.
Some castles in Europe.
Yeah.
But churches.
We briefly talked about the art up top. You said about how like it stands out. What did you say?
It's really thematic.
Thematic,
right?
yeah.
Because the thing is, the later Fate series, other than like Fate Stay Night, because that was the first one.
Yeah.
Like Ultimate Blade Works, like or Unlimited Blade Works, like the animation quality jumps like crazy. The fight scenes are crazy.
Well, that
Like,
was one thing I thought about this show, that for an anime that I would have called maybe like a battle anime, the fight scenes like weren't that great.
But that's the best part about this is that
The
it
best
gives...
part is that they're not that good.
No, let me. That's not what I meant.
It's what you said, though.
Yeah, I know. So the battles are great. They're not on par with like Ultimate Blade Works.
Okay.
Right, because they had a bigger budget. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
whatever.
It was a
It's-
movie. Unlimited Blade Works as well was released as a film, I think. So like that
no, it
also
was
explains the.
it was a series.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe released as a series.
Yeah, it was released as a series.
No, it was 2010 film.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a series because I watched. Fuck, or maybe it was. Anyways, it's been a while.
I'm
for
really
me.
glad this multiverse with crossing timelines is so easy to understand for you.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, here's the other thing. They could have. It could have been one of those things where it was a movie and then they also released it in serialized form. Because I remember I'm pretty sure I remember watching it in like an anime series.
Okay.
Anyways, I can't remember. It was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
But you're saying the battle scenes in that were way better.
Yes, battle scenes in that were way better.
Yeah.
But the thing about this one is that it had Fate Zero had such a darker thematic tone.
It
where
was
there
dark. I'll give you that, man.
Yeah, and it also had like these moments where it just hit harder. Where you have these characters that are more adult, well, because they are adult, except for like the one kid.
Sure.
Where in Stay Night,
And even she hits pretty fucking hard towards the end.
yeah, but here's the thing: the Fate Stay Night, like it is a kid who's one of the masters, right? And
Okay.
like, or a couple of them, right?
Yeah.
So
They're teenagers.
they're teenagers. So I guess when I'm watching an anime, and as soon as I see an adult as more of the main character, I just feel like the stakes are higher, right, and more believable. Because usually when you have a teenager, I guess all the tropes and watching so much anime, it just kind of lessens it for me in a way.
Can we go back and talk about Maiden Abyss for a second again then?
Okay, that's an exception because of the dichotomy is
Yeah.
there. No.
Okay, buddy.
Fuck.
We're going to let you off the hook with that one. We're going to let you off the hook on that
Okay, you
one.
know what? It works in certain situations and it doesn't work in others.
I understand.
Okay.
You're entitled to your opinions, but I'm also entitled to fucking give you shit about them.
Yeah, I think like
It works for this one.
I'd want to maybe just commend the whole series for the artistic approach as opposed to like splitting hairs between one or the other, because I've only seen the two and I thought they were pretty much on par with each other. Zero and Stay Night I think are like pretty like 1-to-1, and that's 1-to-1 like good.
Okay.
Like quite good, I thought. Yeah, and I remember even when I watched Fate Stay Night for the first time, it was years ago now. I was like, holy shit, this is like really well animated. I'm like, I haven't even heard of this fucking anime. It doesn't seem like a super AAA title, which it kind of was at the time, but I didn't know that, right? I was like, how is this animated so beautifully? Like
Yeah.
the really high energy, like key animation, key battle moments are all like really beautiful. you know, and
Sure.
and I agree to a sense that like the fights aren't that entertaining like start to finish, but what I will say is their finishers in this series
Yeah.
are fucking crazy.
Sure, I'll give you
When
that.
they bring out their noble phantasms,
Yeah.
shit gets crazy.
Yeah,
Noble
and
now,
phantasm is
cool, man.
it's a great word,
It's a fucking ridiculous thing to say.
but I love it. I think it sounds sick.
I eat that shit up.
But like,
I eat it up.
unfortunately, like it basically just becomes a like, all right, when is somebody gonna whip out their noble phantasm?
Yeah.
and that's kind of how most battles tend to go. Is like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
when are they gonna pull out the noble phantasm?
Yeah.
But when they do, I can't even be mad because I think it's such a visual treat when they do. I think
I
it's
agree.
so
And
fucking good.
some of the concepts of them were neat too, were interesting
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay. We
Also-
also. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just need to point out it's the juxtaposition in Maiden Abyss that makes that one work. Okay? That's
Okay.
all.
Man, just been sitting here brewing about that, just like motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All right, motherfuckers. You know what it is?
All right.
Juxtaposition.
You know what?
He's
You're
like-
right. It is the juxtaposition. So let's talk about music now for a second.
Well, real quick, I do want to bring back something we'd said about art.
Okay, sure.
Well, I'm praising the art for this generally, and I think some of the character design is like really, really stellar.
Yeah.
I think some of the character design
Yeah.
is also really, really not stellar, and I
agree.
and I really do think that characters that didn't have a really strong or striking visual style, throw them in the fucking garbage. I don't care. I don't care how they looked. I don't care about their design. And
What?
like
Come on.
Sabre, awesome. Gilgamesh, fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like,
Alexander the Great? Come on.
oh, it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Ryder was fucking like with
Ryder
his
was okay.
chariot.
Lancer, fucking awesome design. Like the summons, like their designs, I thought were generally really great because they were a little crazier. They could have
Yeah.
more fun with them. They could get
Totally.
a little more extreme, and
But
they
like
nailed
the
that.
mages and humans,
The
every
human-
adult male is the same person.
Oh my god, dude! It
Okay,
drove
this
me up
is
the
again-
fucking wall,
Yeah.
man. How like I was trying so hard to follow this fucking series, man,
Yeah.
and the amount of times that I had to like stop and recalibrate in my head, which dark-haired white guy is this?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh
no,
my
there's
God. No,
it's
it's
fine.
the
It was
three-
fine. They were distinct enough that they look different.
2 versus 1, we win.
Yeah, I corroborated with Jay, man.
You guys are
'Cause I got lost, dude. I mid this show, I legit gave up on trying to figure out who people were, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just watching things happen now. There was no way I was going to remember who anyone was. You'll see that when we get into plot because all my notes are like, then a guy comes and does this, or then this other guy. Like, it's all descriptive terms about them in the moment.
Okay, so like the two that you guys are probably talking about is obviously the main character. Okay, fine, 3. Kiritsugu. Am I saying that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And Kire,
Yep.
right? Those are the two, the
Yeah.
main ones, and then you're probably thinking of Karia.
Tokiomi.
Tokyo. Oh yeah, Tokiomi.
Yeah. Karia is like deformed for most of it. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, he's like a
Is he the guy with the gray hair?
so yeah, the worst.
Okay, yeah.
Right, but like,
Tokiomi, Kirei, and Kiritsugi are the
Okay.
3 main male characters that are all fighting amongst themselves and working with each other, the 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they are literally, dude, unless you are really locked in on their outfits or like really
Yeah.
fucking locked in on what's happening,
Yeah.
it's very easy to get them confused. And even
No.
worse, some of them work together at a few different moments.
Yeah, or fight each other, I want to say, at one point,
yeah.
too.
They're constantly
He's
fighting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then some of them start working together as well, and you're
Yeah.
just like, "What the fuck is going on, man?
No,
Are they
dude,
brothers?
no.
Are they triplets?
They're rivals.
I literally thought that at one
They're
point. I'm like,
rivals.
this reveal's coming. They're all related because that would explain why they're all the exact fucking same.
No,
guy.
Are they
They're
actually, or are you
rivals?
just saying that?
No, I'm literally just saying that. But right, right?
Hey, dude, in a multiverse with crossing over timelines,
you guys-
one of those
okay,
timelines,
we're getting
that's the
stuck in
case.
the weeds
Nah,
here, but
we
fuck.
are, you're right, okay.
But I will say, Kire always is a fucking priest, right? Like he's got the cross on all the time.
Yeah.
And then
And unless you
Kiritsugu,
see
like,
that cross,
you know, but his hair is also flatter.
oh,
the flatter hair guy.
okay.
Right?
Oh, it's
That's
so
all it
obvious
takes.
now.
Yes.
It's so obvious now.
Good character design just comes down to flatter or less flatter hair.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but it does. Okay, look, it's the juxtaposition also from the servants, right?
Dude.
Because the servants are are going to
Mikey.
be.
Yeah,
you guys,
you get owned so hard, and then you go, no, it's the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and here's the thing is you got to take the wins, right? Because I just went off about how sick all of the fucking servants
Yes.
looked.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll take
So let's
that
just
win.
zero in on that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
Who
was your favorite? who was your favorite of the servants?
Oh, I love Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one was that? Is that the Berserker?
Ryder.
Ryder.
I like
He's,
Berserker.
Yeah,
Berserker's design
cool.
was sick. The Black Knight, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it
like
was
all
very
shadowy and
reminiscent.
smoky.
When he takes over that jet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, that was like porn for me, man.
Yeah, he's
I
cool,
love
dude.
that shit.
He's
But
cool.
I really feel
I'm
I
a
don't know if
Gilgamesh
this is
guy, man.
true.
I love Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh
Which one
is
was
cool
Gilgamesh?
too. But Gilgamesh, he's
Archer.
Archer. You don't find that? Yeah.
Bad guy.
Are we
Archer.
jumping ahead to characters?
No. Well, a little bit.
A little bit.
We
I
already
just-
kind of talked about music. We don't need to talk much about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
It's ultra cinematic. There's guitar shredding over the fight scenes.
Yeah,
Sorry, go
so-
ahead. We're in characters now.
characters. Yeah. So I think I don't know if it's true or not, but I really feel like for Berserker they just took guts in his Berserk costume.
Kind of. Yeah.
Probably.
It looks a lot like
It
that.
sounds like
right?
a nod to.
Yeah.
Right, like a
yeah.
nod to it.
It's
Like
like
the
a
guy who's never seen Berserker.
Yeah, but
Berserk?
Yeah.
Berserk.
Berserk.
Yeah, it's like a slightly more European traditional knight
Yeah.
look, but color wise with
Yeah.
the black and the flowing and the red eyes
And
like,
the name.
Yeah, it's super guts for sure.
You mentioned Gilgamesh and the Archer. Honestly, like that's a character that I couldn't even remember.
He's like one of like the main like antagonistic characters though.
I don't know, man. For a while, I
he's
was getting
a really important character.
I don't
But you
know.
see,
Yeah.
he would know that if he watched Fate Stay Night
okay,
first.
fine. Fuck. Yeah, but he can watch it after.
yeah.
And he won't care now.
No, he will, because I'm gonna make him watch it. Now,
just
okay, now
saying.
you guys,
You
guys
can
have
throw it
just-
on the list, guys. It's
We,
on the
we,
list.
we are now going to do a deep dive in the Faith series. That's it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you guys have both made me mad. Now we're doing it.
I'm busy that week.
Let's fucking go.
I'm busy that week.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, since we're talking about the summons, let's we didn't really get into Sabre yet. Let's talk about Sabre for a
Sure,
second.
yeah, our literal main characters.
Yeah.
so.
She had like a lot of room for growth as a character compared to many of the others. Many of the others were kind of just like presented as they are and just were as they are.
She's the darling of the series.
Yeah,
Sure.
she is.
Yeah.
She's the OP character. She's
Yeah.
the savior. She's everyone's favorite.
Totally. There was some some unknowns and mysteries about her storyline that unfurled as time went on. You know what I mean? Connections to other characters and things
Yeah.
like
Of
that. So that was kind of cool.
Berserker being one of the
That's the
craziest
main
ones.
one.
Sir
Yeah, that's
Lan-
the main one.
Lancelot, yeah.
Yeah.
I should go grab my fucking Sabre figure, put it right on the desk here.
You should have done that before we started.
I know.
Well, you failed.
I know.
Lancer,
I love these guys.
we get along. Okay, Lancer. Did we talk about Lancer? Because I found Lancer to be more of a prevalent character than the Archer guy. Like he was
Somewhat,
involved
yeah,
more. You know what I mean?
but
Yeah.
I would say almost more so on the protagonist side.
Yeah, agreed.
Because he's like kind of a good guy.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, well, a lot of the summons were in the end like they all kind of want to work together for the greater good, including just in some points like they all want the Grail, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they all will band together to get rid of some of the other ones, which is like a huge arc in this about getting rid of Castor. You know what I mean?
That's right. Well, that's the thing. It's like the honorable versus the dishonorable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so many of them have honor. I mean, even Gilgamesh, who is dishonorable a lot,
Yeah.
has some honorable moments. Like
Yeah.
when what's his face, Ryder's owner, I forget the guy's name.
The kid,
The
little
kid, yeah. When he gets when Ryder dies, and
Yeah.
Gilgamesh actually spares the kid,
Oh yeah,
because of the loyalty and like the dedication.
Waver Velvet.
Waver, yeah. The dedication that he showed to Ryder.
Yeah.
He's like, I respect that. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it should be, and he lets him live.
yeah, because he
And
got
sho-
super emotional when Ryder died.
super emotional,
Yeah.
and Gilgamesh respected that.
Yeah.
Even though Gilgamesh is kind of a shitty dude,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
I respect the honor and like the dedication.
For sure.
There's also a spin-off with Waver where he's older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like a little he's like a detective, like kind of Sherlock Holmesy.
Oh my god. Dude,
Also
this
canon.
fucking series, dude.
All right,
Also canon.
Jesus.
cool.
Sick.
Can we? There's two other I think of the summons we didn't touch on yet. So there's one of them is called an assassin who I think dies before we meet him.
No,
assassin is actually many.
Yes. So
It's not just one assassin.
So there's
That was not
assassin.
clear to me.
So here's the
That
thing.
was not made clear.
This is the cool thing about Fate Zero, which I really like, because I love, like, I know you love Hellboy.
Yeah, I like
right?
Hellboy.
Yeah, you like Hellboy.
Yeah.
I love Hellboy.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they pull from history and folklore and stuff like that.
I like that too. Yeah.
Right. So when they did this with Assassin, because Assassin is not only just a class. What they did with this is Hasin Isiba, which is like, that's where the word assassin came from. Like, they had this group of people that were Hashin or something like that. I can't remember.
They came from like the Middle East, like general area, but like they were like the progenitors of the assassin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed references it a lot.
Sure.
You know
a
what
lot
I
too,
mean?
right?
Yeah.
And so they pull from that history
Yeah.
in a very like cool way.
Yeah,
So I
well,
think
all
that's-
of these summons were like historical figures
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
back to life, like Clone High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
You know what I mean?
But the
I
thing
was
about
waiting for Gandhi.
yeah.
Yeah. Gandhi.
Gandhi. I'm an
Gandhi.
albatross. But with Assassin though, it wasn't just one person, right? It was a bunch of people.
I just
right?
that wasn't clear to me. I didn't get that
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
So, but whatever. The last summon we didn't talk about yet is Castor, and my one main thing about this guy is like, how is that dude not the main villain of the show? How did they not make taking him down this show?
Well, you
Because
know what?
that was the most enjoyable arc in the whole show.
If you
Yeah.
if you look at this as like the 2 seasons,
Yeah,
like it was
Oh,
released.
that was season 1.
Season 1 ends on them fighting the kaiju
Yeah.
that he fucking summons.
Okay.
That final
Yeah.
battle where they take him out.
Yeah.
That's basically where season 1 ends off.
See that?
So he's kind of like a mid-season boss or mid-season
Yeah.
villain.
I was vibing with that arc. I'll be honest with you. Like,
Were
I was
you?
I was digging that arc.
I liked parts of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it too. I mean, again, I like the whole thing. So
Yeah, we know that.
so dry. Why are you hating right now?
I don't know. It's fun. It's enjoyable to me. Yeah.
But I mean, we'll get into that in plot, I guess, when we talk
yeah,
about it.
we
but
will.
we should get into plot.
Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
let's
into
get
it.
into
This-
it.
This is getting long.
Okay, so the opening is very confusing. They drop you into a point that's like not like a good starting point. This guy's like having a baby, and you don't know who he is. I don't anyhow. You probably did.
I did.
Yeah. So he's having a baby, and he's like, it's like super hard for him.
I thought it was pretty cool where we were picking up from, but
I don't know. That was weird. And at first I was like, what the fuck's happening? Really quickly, I was like, what the fuck's happening? And then they kind of explained it to you really quickly after that. And I was like, I get you can't just go right into explaining shit to me, but
Yeah.
like, don't confuse me first. You know what I mean? Give me something lighter or something like, but that's because, like you said, I didn't watch the other show,
The other
which is
show
where the
takes-
foundation comes from.
the
right?
other show takes a little more time
Yeah.
explaining the concept. This
Yeah.
one, it's
Yeah.
like we want to show the newcomers the concept, but we
Yeah.
also don't want to bore all the people that are watching this as a sequel series,
Yeah.
a prequel
Yeah.
series, whatever. You know, by going over all of this in detail again.
Totally.
Yes.
So they tried to strike a balance. Obviously, it didn't work for you.
Yeah.
I was okay with it because I'm like, I don't need this again.
Yeah.
I know how it works.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, I got how it works. They did give it to me. So
Yeah.
I learned about the Holy Grail War. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talkie about this. A lot of people just talking about it. And again, too many people, groups, families, factions, whatever. I'm losing track real quick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you enjoyed Game of Thrones.
But that is much easier to keep track of than this. And not to mention in Game of Thrones, like people look different.
No, but you also read Game of Thrones, where there's
did
way
read Game
more
of Thrones.
houses in the books than
That's
there
true.
are in.
But reading
this-
is also different than watching. It's happening so quick. Reading, I'm getting like chapters on these houses.
can
I get
take
to
your
know
time.
them.
You
I
can
get to learn
reread a
about them.
chapter
Yeah.
if you need to.
100%.
you can rewatch an episode,
Dude, in Game of Thrones, there's
got
whole
time for that?
In Game of Thrones, there's whole books that omit half of the characters because they knew they couldn't cram it in that much. So you get a book with half the characters, and then the next book is the other half the characters.
Right.
So that's you know what I mean?
Also in your head. Do
Yeah.
they look different?
Yeah. 100%. Why would I make characters look identical? That would just be silly and hard to keep track of.
Yeah, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, like that's
yeah.
too many.
Suck
okay,
my
so
dick.
wow,
Yeah.
nice.
This is a good episode.
Fucking
I'm
nice.
good
getting, I'm
episode.
getting heated right now.
Let's go.
I'm
Okay.
like sweating under this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let me keep
Trying to
moving. Let me
defend
keep
my
moving.
Fate series.
Okay, so the wars are scheduled for some reason, and I don't know the history or the outcome of any of the past wars. They never tell me. I don't know how much it matters, but they don't give me that. We know there's 7 like servants who are called to actually fight the war. Like no one fights except these 7 people. Except that's not true because everyone's fighting all the time, constantly. And yeah, the mages, they get a seal that just appears on their hand, and that means they're selected. They don't know who they're getting, and there's like this like cute little sequence where people find out who they got. Some of them are cute, some of them not so much, but it's like a little like not a montage, but like a series of episodes.
They try to summon King Arthur.
Yeah.
And are surprised to find that it's Arturia.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they don't know the real history.
The little kid doesn't know who he's going to get, and he gets this big fucking oath.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes they do, right? Because they know that it was the scabbard for.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you have a piece of cloth and you don't know who owned that piece of cloth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So another thing we learned early on is that the like families who like historically like take part in the wars, they like need mages, obviously, because the mages are the ones who control the servants. And so sometimes they'll like kidnap or adopt children to then raise as their mages because they need them to be powerful. They need to train them.
Yeah.
And so in the very beginning, they kidnap this like little girl and throw her into a terrifying worm pit. And immediately I'm like, fuck me again. Like, do we continually have to watch children being tortured?
Yeah, it's
Like, do we have to do that every month?
There was a few scenes in the show with kids in
I agree.
particular
Yeah.
that were completely unnecessary.
Yeah, and we'll get into that with when we get into the caster arc as well too.
Yes.
Dude, he's crushing their skulls with his hand. And
You're-
they're crying.
okay,
and they're
guys.
terrified and crying,
we have
dude.
already established how much I liked Maiden Abyss. This tracks. Let's move on.
Dude's just leaning into the psycho shit now.
Dude. All right, let's move on.
We pushed him too far, Jordy.
Okay, Mikey. All right, you get what you want. Okay, so that at this point, I kind of I get the concept of the show. I know who the masters are. I know who their servants are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have questions though, like where do the servants come from?
So okay.
The past?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They just like are like
They're-
sucked out of the past and the present, but they're not confused. They know everything that's going on already.
Yeah. So there.
It's happened before.
Yeah, because it's
4
happened
times.
before. Yeah.
So as far back in history as their timeline, like
so
does that timeline match up?
So the fastest and easiest way to explain this away is to
Multiverse with
No.
crossing timelines, and it's all canon. I get it.
no. So it's so when they get they're heroic spirits, right? And so anytime they've been brought over, they keep their memory from some of those battles, right? Or like having a master. And things
Okay,
like
so
that.
the first time they might have been like, "Well, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck?" But this time they're like, "Oh, okay, it's time again."
Yeah.
Okay. Well done.
And as far as their timeline matching up with when, going back in time.
Yeah.
They're from all across time.
Yeah.
That's
They're
what I
all
mean.
from varying different times. So
Yeah.
like they're being pulled from their little position in time, if
Yeah.
anything, or
Yeah.
regardless, I don't think that correlates.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, I just kind of like understood what was going on. I know all the characters or whatever, and then I get like really overwhelmed again really quickly.
Yeah.
Like again, so many people, and they start slow playing the battles. We start getting little like battles, but no one's getting killed or eliminated yet. Do you know what I mean? That's not really what's happening yet because we get this caster arc, which is like the arc of the first season. So he basically is this lunatic, and his master is also a fucking lunatic.
Full blown serial killer.
Both of them murder kids.
The introduction scene to him.
Yeah.
He has decapitated and murdered the kid's parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
The child is tied up, watching all of this happen,
Yeah.
crying his eyes out.
Yeah.
Castor shows up. The serial killer is just like, all right, finish him off. Castor bends down
Yeah.
and fucking mercifully cuts the kid's binds and
Tells him it's okay.
Tells him it's okay.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
run out that door. You're fine.
You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be
Everything's
okay out there.
yeah.
Everything's good. Kid goes outside. Fucking
Look at the shit-eating grin on Mikey right now. You son of a
Fucking-
bitch.
octopus tentacles come out of the fucking hallway.
Yeah.
Grab the kid, crush him while he screams in agony for about 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Blood splattering in the hallway.
Yeah.
What do you have to say for yourself, Mikey?
This is all fiction. It's all fucking fiction.
It's twisted as fuck, though.
Yeah, but like like I said before, man, in other episodes where I can separate it. I can if it's
Yeah.
like real shit, like if this was really happening IRL,
Yeah.
like that's real fucked up.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to hear about that.
Is it good that you can separate it, or is it a problem?
No, I mean,
that's a conversation for my therapist.
Okay, fair enough.
for me, these choices, they just always seem heavy-handed. They always seem like, I get it. Like, you want to make the villain despicable. You want to set up that negative karma so that it feels good when the good guys kill him, right?
Yeah.
But like, as I've said before in past situations like this, I would have got that level of distaste for these characters
Disdain, yeah.
without the violent child death.
Like,
I would have hated these guys all the same if they were just regular serial killers.
like, why not kill some like grown ass humans?
No, because
Or-
it's more like you hate them more.
Or here's the thing. Here's the other thing that kind of pisses me off, because there's a few other moments, and we'll probably get to them, but like there's a few other moments where they either go into like their lair or they discover more bodies or whatever.
Yeah.
Where you just see like a bloody child sneaker.
Yeah.
Or a shoe or something.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You just got the point across. You established that it's kids.
Yeah.
That's extra fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't have to hear or
The
see
agony and the sorrow.
a child
Yeah.
being graphically murdered.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Mission
then.
accomplished, and I don't have nightmares later. That's so sick.
No.
Go ahead, Mike.
We're
you defend
going to
yourself.
talk about this for a quick second here.
Okay,
Because it's like, okay, sure, it gets the point across, but how deeply are you affected? You're not nearly as affected as deeply as actually watching it happen,
Dude.
So affected in what way, though?
Yeah, because my response to that was going to be like, I don't want to be affected like that.
But
I don't want that.
But then it doesn't do its job to the umpteenth degree.
Umpteenth.
Umpteenth.
Yeah, it needs to be. Right?
You did that for me, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
No, I see what you're saying, but it's like I don't need to be affected in the sense that like I feel sick to my stomach and I need to go lay down or go watch some Asobi Asobase to like wash my brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to be affected in the sense that I want to hate these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in that sense, don't get me wrong, it was effective to kill the children graphically. It made me hate them, but it also made me sick to my stomach later. I think I can accomplish column A without column B.
See, for me,
You need both.
I need both because it's like no, because think about it. Because
It's the fear boner.
It's no. It's not the fear boner this time. It's the fact that it's the degree of hate, right? So I hate this character because I know he killed a kid because I saw this bloody shoe.
Yeah.
But then when I see it happen, it's like, oh, my amygdala just kicked in and I just got hijacked and I really fucking hate this guy and I want to fucking...
So you put your hate on the character. I put my hate on the creators of the show.
And I put my hate on you for making me watch it.
And that's our episode.
But no, for real. To me, it makes me want to look away. And a show should make me want to like look closer.
No.
You know what I mean? It should make me want to not look away. This made me want to not watch.
I disagree. I think if
We're allowed to disagree.
If that's what the creator's point was to make you look away, then they've accomplished it.
Then they've just like lost half of an episode of me watching it.
Yeah,
which
but
is
at
like
the sa-
a silly choice to make.
Nah, but they might want you to make like cringe or like.
It's
Anyway.
it's edgelord shit at the end of the day, and like that's what it always is in anime.
Yeah.
Anytime there's gratuitous violence, they're appealing to those guys out there, like Mikey, or the girls out there. You know what I mean, or whoever out there. The people that are into that edgy shit, the people who want them to cross those lines.
I'm
the
a
people,
90s kid, man.
Yeah, the people who are just
Also a 90s kid, but I'm not interested in any of that
Yeah,
shit.
but everything in the 90s was extreme, so I just need more extreme.
like, well, and there's like always been
Extreme
that,
like
there's
neon
always-
jackets though.
there's always been that like there's always been that like kind of. It's always been pervasive to involve children in
Yeah.
life-threatening situations and in death. And in general, Western media shies away from the idea of killing kids in almost anything. It's a rarity
and
nowadays.
dogs.
Well, rightfully
Yeah,
so.
dogs actually is a
rightfully so.
yeah.
Dude,
Different one.
you're going to talk about dogs you look away?
Dude, if anything I watch, if you're killing a person
Yeah.
versus a dog,
Kill people
kill
before
people.
persons or before kill people before dogs.
But dogs
Yes.
before children?
No, human children before dogs.
Kill human children before kill dogs?
Dogs up here. Human
Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
non-human. Sorry,
No.
Mine's a different order.
Non-child.
I have a different
humans.
No, I
Non-child humans at the very bottom.
I also have a child, so maybe that's why my order
And this is why I've said Maiden Abyss, not a problem for me if they're 20.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
don't kill the dog.
Okay.
That's my priority.
It's edgelord shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and a lot of people celebrate stuff that is willing to do what the rest of the world isn't, and say, "Fuck it, we're gonna kill these fucking kids."
So
And
are we
people
now?
like, yeah.
Are we now
fuck the rest of
arguing the
world.
artistic merit of Human Centipede?
Yes.
Because I mean,
Fuck it. Yeah.
Fuck it.
all right, okay, we got in the weeds, but that was valuable weeds to get in. I think it's important to address that shit.
It's
Yeah.
I
poignant.
mean,
I agree.
if you've watched our Monster Musume episode, you know I like to edge.
Wow,
Oh my god.
he went there on his own.
Unprompted.
Honestly,
Oh, self burn.
I'm proud of you.
Unprompted.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Wow.
Okay,
fuck.
so
Okay,
let's
anyway,
move
let's go.
along. So we're on the caster arc. We know he's a fucking maniac. We all want him to die.
Yes.
And he's like doing this thing with some sort of what they call a mercury ball, and I'm not sure what he's doing, but I think he's summoning that creature. Is that's what's happening?
So it's a defensive mechanism
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's like
Mercury
a
ball.
cocoon around him.
Yeah.
What we didn't touch on yet is the fact that he thinks that Sabre is Joan of Arc, who is his ex-lover.
Yeah.
And he's obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And so in the end, they're all like, the entire Grail War stops. Someone orders it to stop. I don't know, some old important dude. And
Yeah,
then
I think it was
all,
Kirei's father, Rise.
Okay.
Was like, we need to. This
Yeah.
is looking bad on us.
we all have to work together.
We need to kill this guy.
Yeah, not like the rest of the Grail War looks great on them.
They don't care about
Yeah,
that.
I know.
This looks really bad.
Yeah. So, anyways, all the summons, as we're calling them, like get band together to fight Caster. It's not going well, and Sabre's like, okay, fine, I'll just tell him I'm Joan of Arc, and she does, and she kills him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the end of, I guess, what we would call season 1,
Well, also, actually, a really fucking kind of intense, crazy scene was
where they snipe the other,
yeah,
he gets sniped.
Kiritsugu sniping the serial killer dude.
Yeah.
That was a crazy scene, man.
That was
very
crazy.
intense.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was intense.
badass.
Yeah. He
That's badass.
you don't see it. He just like gets knocked over and he's all
He's
confused.
a mage assassin,
he's
right?
he's talking about like how much he loves blood, and he looks
Yeah.
down, it's on his hand, and he's like, oh, it was in me the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have just gone inside of me to
Yeah.
get it if I had known that.
So weird. Sounds like something Mikey would say.
I think we know what character you are in this one.
Fuck you both. Fuck you both.
All right.
He's gonna kill us later, guys. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, no episode next week because we're dead. Okay, so we're back to the Grail War now.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
we start getting battles where people like start getting eliminated out
Yes.
of the Grail War. So like Sabre versus Lancer is one of the first ones, and they like have high respect for each other, but also
The whole way through, they're kind of back and forth about honor and
yeah, and
Yeah,
there's
it's
like
like the
some
Warriors honor
like
kinda
you
thing.
almost want to ship them.
yeah.
Right?
I was
Does
a little
he
bit.
have a mole that makes people fall in love with him? Is that a thing that I caught at one point?
I don't remember that.
I had a note about it. I wrote it. I wasn't going to mention it.
Oh! It's what's his face?
Someone has a mole, a magical mole.
The one guy's wife. She breaks his fingers to take his command seal
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
to take Lancer.
Yeah.
She's in love with him.
Yeah.
And it's because of the birthmark under his eye.
Okay. I knew there was something like that.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah,
magical. She's just crazy.
She's
Yeah.
absolutely insane, dude.
For
That
some reason-
whole sequence when
Yeah.
he's on his fucking hospital bed.
Yeah, that was
and
weird.
she's like, "You're gonna give me the command seals."
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah.
Snap. One. Oh my god,
Yeah.
dude. Fucked up.
Come on, you guys telling me you guys didn't like that?
That was okay.
Grown humans.
Grown man. Not only that, kind of a shitty grown man, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of a shithead.
Break that guy's fingers.
Break his fucking
I'm
fingers.
into it.
Let's go.
I actually, in my notes, for some reason, I thought that the mole was one of his magical powers, and it just made people fall in love with him. But
Yeah.
I'm dumb, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so the crazy end of this fight is that Lancer actually finishes it off with a suicide.
That's right.
Like, he kills
he's
himself, right?
Commanded to.
Yeah,
Commanded
and
to,
then what's the guy's name? The one of the three who's the crazy assassin?
Yeah, Kiritsugu.
He comes out of fucking nowhere and murders the two masters, the two people there, like the person in the
He
wheelchair.
makes a really great deal, and like he's very smart about it because
Yeah.
in the deal that he makes is like he said, "All right,
Yeah,
my wife and assistant here won't kill you."
yeah.
Or no, he's like, he said, "I won't kill you, And that was like the deal. And then
if you kill yourself, basically.
if you agree to make him
Avalanche or kill
suicide,
himself, yeah.
and they're like, okay, fine. And then he's just like, I only said that I wouldn't kill you.
Yeah.
And then this fucking assistant or whatever fucking takes him out.
Yeah, which
it
was
a
kinda crazy.
genius fucking move. Yeah.
He's playing this like long game where he's taking out all these top players.
He's playing the smartest, and I mean, main character vibes, right?
And this is a great segue to the other plot point I was just about to get into, is we get a crazy backstory on him.
Yes.
Right?
Deep.
Yeah, deep
However,
backstory.
why am I getting this on episode 18 and 19 out of 25?
Yeah, here's the thing too, is
Why
at this
not?
point I already didn't know who he was versus some of the other characters, and I'm getting backstory for a character that they didn't really right away tell me was him. I'm just getting this random story of a child. I didn't even know it was the past at first.
Right.
I was like, where am I? What's happening now? I was like, there's zombies. Like, we're on an island.
Yeah.
What is
There's some immortality serum.
What does any of this have to do with anything else?
Yeah.
So I do notice that fucking anime does that every so often.
Yeah.
Well, they'll just throw you into the past without any like lead up or like.
Yeah. I mean, eventually they get you there. They do tell you eventually. And actually, this whole was it one episode or two? I can't remember.
But
but like
episodes.
Was one of the more engaging like little series in the show.
One of the better bits of character development. I came out of that actually liking this character better. I was just kind of confused. Why is this happening so late in the fucking show?
100% agree.
I almost don't care about this guy.
Yeah.
You're coming in just in time to make me care.
Yeah.
You could have done it sooner, right?
100% agree.
And they do that a few times in the show. It's almost like they needed a break or something, because there's also an episode where Rin has like a little like side adventure.
I don't know who Rin is.
The little Tosaka girl
yeah.
with the black hair.
I don't remember.
She has like a whole little side adventure episode where it literally just follows like her and like
So Rin
not
is
the rest of the story. She's actually one of the main characters in Stay Night.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
Is she the one in the worm pit who got stolen?
that's her sister.
Okay.
She has another little sister with black hair and like a red dress.
I just don't remember.
See, and that's fuck,
So
man.
much
See,
shit going
he
on.
literally doesn't remember Rin, dude. This is why you needed to watch Fate Stay Night first, man.
Rin is okay. Like again, like I'm
Here
saying,
we fucking
this
go,
is what
guys.
I'm saying, Rin, if you watch Stay Night now, a lot of these things will make sense, and it'll make it.
But am I not going to have to like go and watch this again after to make it make sense?
No, because it's gonna be in the back of your mind.
I guess so. I already don't remember half of this shit anyways.
Well, because you fucking suck.
I'm not denying that I suck at that
for
shit.
me, I had an entire series following Rin where I got to know about that character and like her.
Yeah.
And then they show me Fate Zero where she's like a little girl now, right? And I'm like, oh, so cute.
Yeah.
But she's not in the series. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Then they give me the Rin episode, which is random as fuck and narratively like what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
But it also really
For the fans.
it felt great. I'm like, there's this character I've been missing and that I love, and now I get to see her little chibi version go on a fun adventure.
Oh, okay.
And you know that unfortunately is something that you aren't going to get to
missed out.
experience. But
That's not true. He will, because I'm gonna make him watch Stay Night. It's
too late.
And Unlimited Blade Works.
he already doesn't care
and-
about Rin.
I really don't.
Fuck me. Just fuck me. Right? Just fuck me in the ear.
Wow. That's a weird place to get fucked.
Don't tempt me.
Okay, let's get back because we are like over an hour now and we're going to try and hammer
This is
us
going to be a
through.
long episode, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to
Holy
hammer.
fuck.
We're going to hammer.
But you know
though,
what?
okay.
If you like Fate, you're used
Yeah.
to shit being way too long. So.
And complicated and confusing.
Yeah. This is perfect for you.
Actually, yeah, that's a very good representation
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
the convoluted
Excellent.
series.
Yeah.
So we're doing well is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back into this backstory situation. We get another, for some reason, once again, we get another child yelling "kill me" over and over and over again, which one of us loves. And so that girl ends up like with some zombie disease. She spreads it to the entire island, and then like the Christian men in black show up.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like figure out what's going on and like stop this thing from spreading. And the dude who we know now is the crazy assassin dude. He like murders his dad
His own
out of nowhere,
father.
and I like. It doesn't take much for him to murder, but like then again, there's zombies around, and the dad created them. So
And the dad is showing zero empathy towards his son for having just, had his only friend and potential romantic interest, you know, killed, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just like, oh, shit happens.
Yeah.
On to the next one. I
like,
hope we do
well,
better next time.
I actually
you,
really
Dad.
like that scene.
It was a crazy scene.
It was crazy. Yeah,
it was very intense.
It was intense.
Yeah.
So one of the Christian men in black ends up taking him under her wing as a child. And this is how he becomes to be such a good assassin.
Yep.
And then at one point, this is towards the end of this like whole series, she's like on a plane with a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
And they're talking back and forth on the radio, and they're both kind of like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like we're gonna take care of this, no problem. And the whole time he's like setting up a giant like surface to air missile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And he takes it out. He knows the whole time. She knows the whole time too.
It's understood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but both of them are talking as if like if they're just she's gonna land, and we're gonna be good to go. We're good to go.
Defense mechanism.
But they know they can't let the zombies land on Earth because you can't let zombies out on Earth.
Yeah, I think that was like it was like an emotional soothing that they were trying to do for each other.
Totally. And on the topic of emotions, what happens right after he takes the plane down is he breaks down.
the fuck down.
Yes.
Which is out of character for him at this point, right? Because all we know of him is this stoic, kind of solid, kind of like driven human being, right?
Yeah. Side note, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. There's maybe a few fantasy ones mixed in, but all of the guns used in this series are real guns.
Okay, cool.
Like faithfully modeled after like the actual guns.
Oh, that's
themselves.
cool. I didn't know that.
They didn't make up any of this shit. So that surface to air rocket launcher that he uses or whatever,
real life, yeah.
it is the exact one that exists. Like you can look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty interesting detail.
Sweet.
I like those kinds of like attention to detail though.
They
Like,
didn't have to do that. They could have just made up some bullshit anime gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like that looks real, but it isn't.
Yeah, they gave a little bit of effort to give you the real thing for
Yeah.
the nerds out there who like that shit.
Yeah. A little bit strange in this show to do that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like I find that when you're watching anime or watching different series with like any kind of magical element or sci-fi element, if you still ground it in some level of like IRL, like realness, it just makes it better, in my opinion.
Sure.
Yeah.
It helps.
All right. Okay, where were we? So let's go
Took
back.
her down out of the plane.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back. But we're back in the Grail War.
Yes.
We've done the backstory. We're back
Home
involved.
stretch,
So at
final
one
few
point,
episodes.
the kid who has Ryder is like lying in a sleeping bag for a long time,
Yes.
talking to Ryder, who's invisible. Like they're just having a telepathic conversation, which
Yeah,
I
Waver.
guess telepathy exists now.
Well,
they're
between
mage-
servants and,
Yeah.
and they're mages. I
They're
mean,
mages.
Come on.
Whatever. There's already magic, so
I was
don't
gonna say,
care
so
anymore.
shut the fuck up. It's magic.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna mention it every time.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go into the details of it, but I know. Fuck it. Because
Holy shit, let's go.
This is gonna piss you off.
I love it.
Because so in the Fate world, you're a mage,
Yeah.
and you do mage craft.
Okay.
Magic is only available to people who have touched what's called Akasha, which is the true source of magic. So if you're a mage, you can't, unless you're part of the three main families, you can't actually do magic. You can only do magecraft.
Cool.
Okay,
Jordy's so checked out.
Yeah, dude. Holy fuck, man.
The difference between magecraft and magic is some shit that I don't have time or energy for at all in my life, ever. So
Okay.
enjoy
Well,
that knowledge in your head.
Moving on.
So the topic of this conversation, Ryder's explaining how he wants to fight Sabre and defeat her himself for one reason or another. I don't remember, but to me, to be
Glory.
honest with you, it just sounded like some man shit. He's talking about how she's not worthy. She's
That's
not
Ryder, though, man.
Yeah.
That's that character summed
Yeah,
up.
but
He's
what it-
Alexander the Great.
What it did
Yeah.
though is put me on Team Sabre big time right then and there, because I was like, honestly, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And so then randomly, like Sabre shows up like on the road on a motorcycle. She knows how to ride a motorcycle randomly, and then she like enhances it with magic somehow, or magecraft or whatever the fuck. I don't care. And Ryder calls her a beautiful flower on the battlefield, and I'm even further on Team Sabre now because I was like, don't say that shit, you idiot. Like he was bothering me more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
And then it turns out it was never Sabre, it was Berserker all along, because his, what's the fun word?
Noble Phantasm.
Is transformation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So he transformed into her and confused the shit out of everybody. That's
right.
But they don't fight. He just goes away. At one point, I don't remember how this affects the plot at all, but like some of them go inside the Grail.
So
They're like in it.
Yeah. So
You learn a lot about what the Grail actually is.
Yeah.
Towards the end, right?
Pocket dimensions.
Basically.
Yeah,
remember.
it actually is.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're
More
gonna
or
get back
less.
into battles because we can blast through like a bunch of them right now.
Sure.
So Ryder fights Archer.
Who at this point
Or
is
Gilgamesh.
he with Kirei at that point?
I
Gilgamesh?
never know.
Well, either way, like so
Yeah.
that was another instance where I was like, fuck, I wish Jordy knew like the significance of this because the way things things end up shaking out is that Kirei ends up with Archer, with Gilgamesh.
Okay.
Priest guy, evil priest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ends up teamed up with Gilgamesh.
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, the fucking most powerful, I mean, maybe aside from Sabre,
Yeah.
of the servants and the fucking evilest, most evil motherfucker find each other.
Yeah.
right?
For sure. Yeah.
And they become like a pretty solid force, the two of them.
Well, if you have good guy, you have to have bad guy.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in Fate Stay Night,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
it's actually like a really big reveal at the end that Kirei,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, he's the main villain in Fate Stay Night.
Okay.
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 Has Gilgamesh,
Okay.
right, in Fate Stay Night.
Is Fate Stay Night another Grail War, like the next
Yes, the
one?
fifth.
Yeah, it's the next
It is
one.
the fifth.
Okay.
So what ends up happening in the fifth, real quick, so you know, is Kiritsugu, the boy he finds at the end
Yeah.
in the rubble,
He raises him.
he raises him,
Yeah.
and that is the main character of Fate Stay Night.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is where this is the point where I'm like, okay, this is the kind of the stuff
Where you agree
were
with
gonna-
me?
Where I agree with you. Where
But
it's
that
like a
one
little bit
specifically actually makes
confusing.
sense to be in this order.
No, because I saw, so in Fate Stay Night, you meet Shiro Emiya, and you have no idea who he is. He seems like a totally normal, magicless.
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck is this guy involved in the Holy War? He has no
Yeah.
reason to.
Sure.
He even meets Rin, and Rin is just like, you need to stay the fuck out of this because you're a clown and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? Literally,
All
like
right.
she hates
Yeah.
him
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really
yeah.
badly.
Yeah.
And he has to fucking basically find his place in all of this and
Yeah.
rise to his name,
Yeah.
which is Emiya, which he doesn't understand the significance of.
Yeah.
Several characters point out in Fate Stay Night, they're just like, holy fuck, this guy's an Emiya? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And you're sitting back there being like, Emiya?
Wait a minute.
Why is that a big deal? Like,
Yeah.
why is that
Yeah,
such a
yeah,
huge
yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Whoa, like, and this guy turns into a big hero? Emiya, that must be a really fucking big thing.
That was a big plot twist.
And then you
Yeah.
fucking watch Fate Zero, and you're like, the first guy's name is Emiya, Kiritsugu
Yeah.
Emiya, and you're like,
Okay.
Emiya? Oh my god, is that his dad?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show,
You see him rescue.
you see
a
him
kid.
rescue him out of the rubble, and you're like, oh yeah, yeah. I got that, motherfucker.
I love your enthusiasm.
You didn't.
I didn't.
Anyways,
Earlier you
that was
said you
cool.
weren't sure if it would matter if I would care, and you're right.
See, I knew it. I knew it.
Fuck.
I don't care
But
that
I
much.
will say it gave me some feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But like for you to go on to then watch Fate Stay Night after this, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. But then also, so
Maybe.
yeah, so again, it was really cool because Kirei at the end of Fate Stay Night is with Gilgamesh, and you're like, holy fuck, where did the hell did that come from? Like,
Yeah.
this guy pulls out this super OP guy right at the very end.
Yeah.
This, you get to find out how they actually came
came to
together.
be.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So that's
Yeah.
like, whoa, that's satisfying to me now getting the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Would it have been just as satisfying to get the explanation first and then see them together in Fate Stay Night?
Yeah.
Maybe. It would have been fine.
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
Yeah.
I'll never know now.
But you had an experience.
my
And
way
it worked for you. Yeah.
worked pretty well.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back into it, and we'll try and hammer as best we can.
Hammer.
So,
Fucking hammer, baby.
Archer or Gilgamesh kills Ryder, and he has this like crazy like William Wallace level speech before he like rides like victoriously into battle only to get killed.
Yeah.
And then the kid is like super sad and gets spared.
I was sad, man. They had a cute friendship, dude.
They did. You know what?
Ryder in that T-shirt that he would wear.
Dude, he bought a T-shirt that had a picture of the world on it because that's what he wanted to
what he
conquer.
wanted.
Yeah. He bought it on the internet. There's also a scene where he explains that he doesn't understand pants,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they have to explain pants to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
He
This is
reminded me a little bit of Caro from Cardcaptor. He's just like wants to experience the ways of the earthly world.
Yeah.
yeah. He
Just
just wants to
enjoy it.
experience things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why Ryder is my favorite
Yeah.
servant in this whole like
I get that.
Zero.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he's just so much fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so much fun.
Yeah. All right. The next fight is Berserker turns out to be Lancelot.
Yes.
Which like seemed like a big reveal, but we also like up until now didn't know Lancelot was even part of anything. We didn't care.
Yeah.
And so I still didn't care.
Same.
And then he just dies.
Same.
I think it was more of an impact for Sabre though, right? Like
Yeah.
that was the twist for Sabre.
in that regard, it worked as
Yeah.
a device to make Sabre kind of unsteady and kind of
Yeah.
lose her shit a little
Yeah.
bit, which is cool to see. But why not do that with a character that you've built a little bit of background into?
Yeah.
So that we understand the nuance of their relationship.
Yeah.
Is she shook because Lancelot was a piece of shit to her? Is she shook because they were in love? Is she shook because they were just pals?
He
Is she
says
shook because
something-
it's who knows? I don't know.
He
Why not
says
just give us
something
that?
frantically in the moment when it's revealed about some. I can't remember what he says, but he explains to her why he's angry, and he's like, "I'll be angry forever, forever. I'll haunt you and shit." He's like saying some ignorant shit like that as he's dying, but whatever.
I think there was something to do with like when because he left her for Guinevere.
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Which like caused some like strife or something.
Yeah.
But it's
All right.
like you didn't give us enough of that for me to understand the nuance of this reveal. You know. But again, it was still cool that it was, I guess, somebody.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we're like right up at the ending here. So a lot of shit wraps up that I like wasn't following very well, but that's not news for the show. At Sabre like destroys the Grail,
Yes.
and all the warriors go with it, including her.
Yes.
The idea at the end was that like in order for the Grail to actually work,
Yeah.
all of the servants would have to be killed
Yeah.
by the end.
Okay.
So the one thing that you don't get, which this is where I'm like, okay, which I understandably would be confusing for you, is that the Grail was actually corrupted from a previous Grail War.
Okay.
And the only way to grant the wishes technically is through destruction, but really the Grail is just a vessel or a pocket dimension to Akasha,
Yeah.
which is the true source of magic.
Okay.
Right, and that's how they would technically be able to do magic and then get their wishes granted through that way.
Yeah, it's like
right?
I'll grant your wish by making you capable of magic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's not granting wishes; it's giving
I
you
see. It's
magical
giving you
ability.
powers to
Yeah.
do some shit.
Yeah,
yeah,
All right.
But like it's a corruptive magic,
Yeah.
right? So even if you had a good intention as far as your wish, the way that the wish would be executed
Is not the way you
be
would intend it to.
destructive,
Yeah.
as opposed to peaceful.
So she destroys it because it's corrupt.
yeah.
And so, but I guess it reappears the next Holy War, like it recreates
Yeah.
itself.
So there's a so there's
Here we go.
Yeah, so there's a Grail, and then there's the Greater Grail, right?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about that right now.
Guys, there's this episode, and then we've got the greater episode. Okay,
but it's true. So because
Multi-verses with crossing timelines and the Grail and the Greater Grail.
we're gonna put on another episode where we talk about all this stuff, but it's not this episode.
And I won't be there. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is I forgot about the like gray hair worm dude.
Yeah.
Who like
Yeah.
got really fucked up
Karya.
when the girl got stolen at the beginning of the movie, and that sets him down this path of like,
Yeah, he had a
He gets-
weird connection with Sakura,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is Rin's sister, and yeah, he was kind of on this journey to save her, but it took
That's
him
it,
to some
exactly.
really scary, dark places. in
yeah.
the
And at one
process.
point he like kills his mom, but like by accident.
yeah, he
And
turns into a monster.
He's broken as fuck. And then at the end, he finally does actually go to save the girl. And he's like, "Hey, I'm here to save you.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go." And she goes, "Nah." She's like, "Don't disobey grandfather."
Yeah.
Oh, also,
And then
I
and then he goes in the worms.
yeah.
yeah, but before that, he's also there's this one part. We're gonna run out of time, so I don't want to talk about this for too long, but
Yeah.
it has to be brought up because what the fuck is this show?
Good question, Mikey.
He is held up on the wall
Yeah.
and forced to eat a worm that they say
Oh yeah,
is a
yeah, yeah.
worm that has been for the past month
feeding on.
feeding on Sakura's chastity.
Oh yeah, I
Gross.
forgot about that.
Gross.
So this worm that has been R-wording this little tiny girl,
Yeah.
this 7-year-old looking girl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and consuming her essence of life
Yeah.
through her parts
Yeah.
is force-fed to the guy who cares most about her in the world. Essentially,
Yeah.
her father figure
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
is forced to eat that.
Yeah. Mikey.
Juxtaposition!
Yeah.
Juxtaposition! Right?
Yeah, that's what he would have said.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of his mouth.
We don't need to talk about
comment.
that.
No comment.
I
you
agree
guys-
with no comment.
All
No comment.
you need to understand is
that happened.
This show has shit like that for no fucking
Someone
reason.
chose
No
to write
comment
that.
to.
Yeah,
No comment
yeah,
to.
dude.
And
so what the fuck, man?
that takes us to the end of our episode. What a way to go out.
Don't forget that before the Grail is destroyed,
Yeah.
and before it materializes, it has to transform out of the human that it is currently taking form as.
Yeah.
Oh, who was it in?
Kiritsugu's wife.
Yeah. Oh, because that's the
is
first scene of the
slowly
show.
dying.
The
Yeah.
first scene of the show, because she says, because when he gives birth, they have the baby, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
She says something, or he says something like, you know, I don't deserve this baby. Like, I'm gonna be, of course, you know, I'm gonna be the reason you die. He says something like that, and she says something along the lines of like, yeah, I know, that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
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 And that's why he doesn't feel like he deserves a child, and that's why it's kind of crazy why in the end he pulls the kid out of the rubble and is like, well, now I deserve a
Now
child.
I have a
yeah,
I
now I
have
get a
now.
child. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's his redemption at that point.
It's his
right?
redemption child.
Yeah.
He gets another try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Which, like, you don't.
Come on, it wasn't that
kinda nice.
bad.
Kinda nice.
It's fucking.
Well, let's rate it
all
and
the
find
fish-
out.
Fine.
You want to go first?
So
You wanna go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. Actually, I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Can I leave the room and like yell my answer and then run away from Mikey as fast as I can?
No, you need to be within
Will the microphones pick that up?
physical punching distance. This is
I'm
an
gonna-
8.5.
I want Jay to go last. I'm gonna
Motherfucker.
for the
Okay.
impact.
Okay.
So like I want to just make it known that like my ratings don't mean anything, but I
do to
just
us.
slammed a 5 on it.
Are you kidding me?
Mikey really choked there.
Yeah, I actually legitimately choked there. Like a 5?
Yeah, dude.
Even with all the visuals and how
visuals
crazy
were
it was, and like all
okay,
the cool servants, and learning about the servant classes, and like
The whole
Keep going.
the
Keep
whole
going.
show.
The
yeah,
whole show?
Come on.
Even with the
The
whole show?
juxtapositions, the multi-multiverse with
No, okay, the multiverse aside.
What about chastity worms?
Let me explain to you why. So the reasoning is because it just kept losing me all the time, and then even the parts that I kind of liked were like only okay. That's it, man.
You know, I'm just so sad right now.
Sorry, buddy.
Like,
Sorry.
I was so excited for you to watch this one too.
Well,
I should have started with Stay Night.
would that have made a difference?
I don't know if it would have though.
Yeah,
That's my
the
that's
thing.
my concern.
Yeah.
It's just this story, man.
Yeah.
It's just so big. There's so much in it, and they're trying to do so much with it all the time. And I think there's such a thing as too much.
I agree.
The show might have too much.
I agree.
Anyway, fine, Jay. What's your number?
Now I want to say,
Mind you, I have a taser in my pocket.
Wow.
in theory, this score could get much higher if I found maybe an offshoot or something that is a bit more streamlined.
Okay,
That is a bit more straightforward and to the point. I actually really want to watch Unlimited Blade Works
that's a great one.
because it's like 109 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that, I think would be like a good lean watch of like a story arc.
Yeah.
I would really like that.
Sure.
So like, I'm in on this world. I think it does a lot of shit really interesting, and it has some very unique elements to it. I just think, yeah, like execution wise here on a consumable start to finish show, it's just not like a good smooth watch for
It's
me.
not well oiled. It's janky.
I struggle to get through this, even though I liked the concept and a lot of the characters and a lot of the ideas. And
We're hurting Mikey so bad.
No,
He has
and that's
killing
just
me.
that.
We're like
that's,
a worm on Mikey's parts.
That's not
chastity.
that's not a
Sucking his essence out.
condemnation of this whole series by any means.
Yeah.
But it might just be a condemnation of the execution on this show for
Okay.
me. So that being said, I will go a little higher than you, Jordy.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe the art.
Because you like to not come down to my level.
No, I think I liked the things that I did like better than you did. Like you said,
Sure.
the things you liked were just okay.
Yeah.
The stuff I liked, I really liked.
Okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
So I'm gonna give this a 6. Yeah.
Oh God, come on!
60.
At least a 7 from you.
I said what I said.
Jay can't be bullied like you.
What does that say about
Nobody. I don't bully him.
Yeah, what does that
He
say
does
about
it to
you two?
himself.
That's true. You do
He
bully
runs the
us.
gamut of scores
That's true.
himself.
Before we
I
say
don't
a
have
word,
to say anything.
before we say a word, you've got 4 scores and 3 different levels of anime.
Yeah, I don't have to say a word. You just do it.
Yeah.
No, I give this a 6, and
Hell
I
yeah.
think that's pretty fair.
Yeah,
All right.
okay, fine.
Well,
Anyway, for those of you Fate fans, you know. For those of you who are new to it, don't listen to these two fuckers by any means.
Yeah, maybe start with the cooking one or something. You know,
That
I
was
don't know.
still a good one. Okay, it was fun.
I
It
wish
was
you started
light.
me with that one. Maybe I'd like that one. How would you feel if I scored that one really high?
I don't know.
He'd be
Would
happy.
that still be a win?
Come on.
Okay, so we're gonna also shout out Never Not Kittens.
Yes.
Yeah, guys,
Again,
this is our sponsor.
Do you like
Sponsor.
cats?
Do you like cats? Do you like kittens? Do you like people who help save kittens?
We do.
Well, Never Not Kittens help save kittens. They are a non-profit organization. They have a TikTok. You go check them out.
Donate.
Donate. Help
help,
them
Yeah.
out.
help out these kitties.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a really great
They're so
nonprofit,
cute.
and Lisa does really fucking
Yeah,
sick
her
work.
name's Lisa.
She's
Lisa
a superstar.
Lee.
We love
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
She's an angel.
She is the reason why our video quality has gotten better.
Because
So-
not only does she save cats, but she also saves podcasts.
Yeah, seriously.
No, for real, our partnership with them is awesome, and I mean I feel like we're definitely getting the better end of the deal on that. So endless shout outs to Never Not Kittens, guys. If you love us, please go show them some love. Please,
Yes,
please,
yes,
please.
yes.
Yeah.
Go save kittens. Also, some of her TikToks are just really cute and really fun.
You're talking about the ones with you in them, right?
I
Yes.
certainly am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mikey's on there, guys.
But
It's
actually, like, the kittens are fucking cute.
They
It's
are.
true.
They're
They're
so
so
100%.
Yeah.
They got little prickly paws, though.
Scratch y'all up.
Yeah. Meow. Anyway.
Mikey meowed. That's it for us.
Okay.
What's up?
Jordy, where can people find you?
I'm reaching in on Instagram. At reaching in
At Reaching In.
on Instagram.
I'm at hanger.91. At hanger.91.
Instagram.
Instagram. Buy some shit.
Yeah. I'm Mikey Lee. You can find me on Instagram at Korean Barbecue 86. Also, I'm on TikTok, Shmanime Pod.
Yeah.
We'll see me there. You'll see me there.
Yep.
See us.
See
We're
us.
on there.
We're all
sort
there
of, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Hope you guys
Yeah.
like this crazy fucking episode.
Yeah, this is a wacky one. It was a
Okay.
wacky one.
Anyways, love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you, Shweebs.
See ya. Bye.